My name is Scott Anderson, and I'm a project sponsor with the Rocky Mountain area of the TIC Southwest District. I've worked going on 14 years now in the Rocky Mountain area. I was in the LSP program the previous 2 years. I was in the DLDP program last year in Omaha, and Sharon asked me to talk about some of my thoughts on successful participant and coach relationships. I had two participants or coachees last year. One guy not too far behind me in career path, and then another that was just a few years with us and an up-and-comer. So I think that another key thing is that when you're assigning tasks, when you're working on a program on things that are going to help the participant get better, you know where they're at now, and you know where they need to go, and you know what specific things that they can do in their career or on that project will help them grow. You know, you can make it. You have to make it very specific. Don't just say, you know, work on extra pipe takeoffs. You have to be very specific. You know, I want you to hold a meeting. I want you to lead a meeting for the hot reheat kickoff task package. I want you to plan the agenda. I want you to call everybody together. I want you to prepare all the materials and make sure everything's ready so that you can have a successful meeting. If you're working on, say, like leadership with somebody, if you're trying to get them to you know, step out from behind the desk and then go get in front of everybody, if you're grooming them for a PE or where they're going to have to be in charge of other people, and then you know that's for 1 month. Then when you follow up, I think leading into that, the next key is have regular meetings every month. And put it on the participant to schedule it and make sure they happen. You know, I put it in my calendar to make sure the participant was doing it, but I'd let them schedule it and make sure they're the one that called me and was taking the initiative to make sure it happened. You know, listen a lot, just like the coaching session says, listen a lot, ask leading questions, but don't ever give them the answer. You know, assign them tasks, ask them how it went, what they learned from it, but don't give them the secret of success. Let them struggle to find it. You know, maybe lead them into it. Another thing, the participant that I had a lot of you know, really good experience with was 3 states away, so I didn't actually get to do a lot of sit down with him. It was all over the phone, and I think one thing that could have made it better, that worked on other projects, is you got to have a relationship with that participant supervisor, because that person's really going to allow the participant to step out and do more, or be able to direct the tasks, or adding more work to that person that helps the career path, as opposed to that person's own agenda. So if it's a young field engineer, get to know the project engineer who's actually his daily supervisor, and tell him what's going on, and work with that person to make sure that the tasks that you line out every month, that person gets an opportunity to work and perform. You know, it's kind of different. You know, one guy I'm working with has all the technical skill in the world and is much closer to my position than a young guy, but his plan is totally different than the other guy's plan. I'm working with him on leadership and just kind of, you know, being in front of people, and emotional intelligence, and working on what he needs to do to get to the next step in his career, versus the young out of school FE that you're really trying to get a good technical foundation in their skill set so that they can move on and then eventually start working on leadership. So you have to evaluate every person for where they're at. The Strengths Finders portion from DLDP, I think, is a great tool just to even talk about, even if they don't do the full Strengths Finders battery to find out what they are. You can at least, you understand, a lot of project engineers have the same traits, and you can talk about what they need. And so you can use that for, you know, the young guys and building skills, and the older guys building leadership skills. So those are a few of my thoughts. So in closing, you know, I think everybody in our organization that is selected to participate in the LSP program. We owe it as the senior leadership and those of us who have been selected as coaches. One, it's an honor to know that you've got the skills and the experience to be a good coach. Hopefully you'll take that to heart and work on your coaching skills. But we owe it to those that are selected to participate in the LSP to give it our all and really help them succeed and grow and get to that next level so much faster.